Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the longest running daily variety show.
Today, looking for another way to ease my mind and help my living.
The Mark
I look into the windows
Inspire Show. Sorry for the late start. Got a lot going on in the world, you know? And basically, I was trying to get the thumbnail working. I don't know if you guys know, but we have a presidential candidate joining us on the show tonight. You get to ask the questions. The questions that you've been burning to have answered by a political candidate for the presidency. So tonight, of all nights, I will be taking questions from the chat. I may take a Zoom call from my constituents who are looking to get answers. I will show you a little bit about Marty McLavinRiven and his journey. His journey to the campaign trail. Tomorrow, 9 a.m., there is a premiere. It is the second part of Marty McLavinRiven's run. And you guys better be there for it. I don't know if you saw the first part. You're going to see it right now with the second part. Little mixeroo. I'm contemplating tomorrow at 9 a.m. It's the second part. So it doesn't even show the first part. But I'm going to show you them together because I made that too. And I want to see what you guys think. We have Matt Zabrowski over here. He's wheezing. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's Joanne wheezing. I'm sorry. When she wheezes, sometimes it bleeds over into Zabrowski's woohoo. No good. What's that, Zabrowski? No, Zabrowski, maybe you should drink another yoo-hoo. You know? And then you'll be limber for your moment in the sun. Guys, I want to say hello to you. Trish Killian. I see Pamela Swan. We of Liberty and Freedom. S. Coop. Guys, it's the start of a show. If you're here, say hello. We're here 1,774 days in a row. And tonight, Marty McLavinRiven, the newest candidate for the presidency. Yes, Joe, my brother. So good to see you. Joe, I don't know if you saw it yet. You're going to see it tonight. It's going to be a run because you know we have to go up against Donald J. Trump's wedding big league. Abu Baghdadi. You know we can do it. But that's part of the genius of McLavinRiven is that he can just appeal to any audience. You could be in a crowd and you could say, you know, I really like people who fall asleep and poop in a triple diaper. McLavs comes out of nowhere. Huh? What? My Aunt Judy told me that we should put up a wall finally. I said it was bad for years and was racist, but now we're going to put one up. My Aunt Judy said so. Joe, are you kidding me? Sleeping and pooping in your triple diaper, right? That's what you got going on here with McLavinRiven. It's going to be a heck of a run as we win the presidency. Yeah. Oh, Zabrowski, it's your turn. Shine. Joanne! Can you please keep the wheeze down? Oh, Joanne's hovering in the sky. Zabrowski. Woo-hoo! Thank you, buddy. Was that Zabrowski? No, I know. I'll get Joanne to stop hovering. You know, Joanne, you have to stop hovering. Okay. Joanne, you tooted. Guys, when Joanne toots, everybody screams and runs. It's like an old Japanese movie, you know, where all of a sudden you see them running on the screen away from Godzilla. Godzilla. And they're going, got to go. Fast. Let's go. Run. Don't look back. Now, you know, the old Japanese, you know, kung fu. Joanne was a star. How do you think she got that nostril? Right? So guys, let's get into the show. I'm going to show you, I'm going to debut what you're going to see tomorrow at 9 a.m. The second part, but let's play it. I want you guys to see this idea I had and just ran with. And as you know, so I just want you to be aware of one thing. When you see me do these things, everything's live improvisation. So the first part happened because I was just thinking to myself, how funny would it be if there was a guy who came out of the blue right now and it was just like, I'm going to run. And I was like, Mark Pyers. At first I was like, hey guys, it's Mark Pyers. I'm running for presidency. And I was just totally, and then I realized in a moment, I'm like, I don't want it to be me because this is comedy, but people are so stupid, right? So I said, let's let's get creative. And literally, right as I was starting, I was like, McLavs. And I almost went with Mark McLavinRiven, which was my name during the movie, worst coach ever. But what the joke is that Mark was my original, but maybe the joke should be that like I got so massive, like the greatest coach of all time after winning the gold, like getting LeBron James to actually win. I did that. And so I get the credit eventually. And then everybody's like, we like McLavinRiven more than LeBron. Yeah, it got weird. When there was that period of time where people said, there's like, who's the most well-known person in the world? And there was a few people that were still saying Jesus, but everybody was like, McLavinRiven. And when McLavinRiven is that powerful in the public eye, he's got to change his name. So he went to Marty McLavinRiven, to try to just throw people off the scent, right? So that's the backstory. If anybody ever asks, how did it go from Mark to Marty? Because I'm shifting people from this to the movie, which I think is freaking one of the funniest movies I've created so far. If you haven't seen Worst Coach Ever, just as a backdrop, just so you understand who Marty McLavinRiven is, I created him in the moment. When I did the movie Worst Coach Ever. And he is famous for having a clipboard. Unfortunately, I didn't have the clipboard during these scenes. I should be walking with my clipboard. I'm going to have to get a clipboard now. It was a piece of wood. Just in case if you watch the movie Worst Coach Ever, I'm holding a piece of wood because I build BeatSeats and I don't have a clipboard. I've got plenty of pieces of wood, plenty of pieces of 1/4-inch wood. And so I'm walking with a clipboard, which is my... and a pencil hitting on and it's just one of the funniest bits to have that. It was a perfect piece of physical comedy for that movie. And throughout the movie, Clippy was like, and you guys started nicknaming him Clippy. Look, S-Coop came out with it, Clippy. If you watch it, look out for Clippy, guys. Clippy really steals the show, I have to say. That and the Bigfoot. We don't want to get into that story. Sasquatch. Guys, it was a rough night, we scratched my back, I scratch yours, Anyway, not my proudest moment. You'll see when you watch the movie. No, Joanne, you weren't there to help. Joanne would have scared Sasquatch away with that wheeze, but she wasn't there on the trip. I had to do it alone. That poor boy. I almost saved him, Still, they tore him up and killed him. Cannibals. You do your best when you're out there in the jungle and you're up against a tribe of cannibals. What are you supposed to do in that moment, Save the kid at all costs. At your life as the cost too? Yeah, sure, you should do that too, or else that's just you're a bad man because you didn't save the child. Like I tried to save the child, okay? Threw the child over my freaking shoulders. We tripped, flipped. I tried to pick the kid up again. Kid was like, oh, scared, hung out on the side over that by the tree. I'm like, you want to hang? You can't go by the tree. We got to go. No, I'm going to stand here like tree and see if they run by me. No, stupid kid got killed. But I should have remembered, kids are stupid. They don't know anything until they're 25 or so, I probably should have punched the kid in the face, thrown him over my shoulder, brought him to safety, then he'd, oh man, punch me in the face. Yeah, but you wouldn't be dead, trade off. What's that, Joanne? No, Joanne, I'm sorry. I can't hear you over the wheeze. Could you hear me over her wheeze? So guys, let me play this for you. Let me know what you think of my creation, first of all. And then also, this is, again, live improvisation. So I kind of love sometimes, even like what I was just doing. I like to just allow the rabbit hole to go creatively. And sometimes I'm weaving. I'm really weaving something. And this is an example of that, I think. I don't know, let me know what you think. I'm Marty McLavinRiven, and I'm running for president. Can I get it to be... I guess I could do a reaction version. Hold on a second. Let me put it somewhere else because I don't want to lose the way that is. Can I get this to work? Let's see. If you have to mess up... I don't want to mess up the screen because every time I push a movie on... I'm Marty McLavinRiven, and I'm running for president of the United States. That's what I remember. There's a few of these that were just, for some reason, not working. That's our backdrop. We have to use that one again. Maybe next time we're jamming. Can I do this one? None of these seem to work. Okay, I'm going to put a new one in. Sometimes you got to put a new one in. A media source. Let's just call it Magoo. This is going to be called Magoo. Magoo, the media source. Sometimes when you want to get a media source and you come up with a good name like Magoo, it just works.
I'm Marty McLavinRiven, and I'm running for President of the United States. I'm Marty McLavinRiven, and I'm running for President of the United States. You know, I'm getting into the race because I don't like what I see out there. I got a president who falls asleep
audio mixer
on camera. They say he wears a triple diaper. I'm not really sure if that's true, but that disturbs me. He definitely doesn't know where he is. The former president is probably going to be in jail. At least they're trying to see if they can get him in jail. So who are we left with? We can't have a cackling hyena as president. So we need to at least have somebody step up and grab.
We're watching.
I'm Marty McLavinRiven, and I'm running for President of the United States. You know, I'm getting into the race because I don't like what I see out there. I got a president who falls asleep on camera. They say he wears a triple diaper. I'm not really sure if that's true, but that disturbs me. He definitely doesn't know where he is. The former president is probably going to be in jail. At least they're trying to see if they can get him in jail. So who are we left with? We can't have a cackling hyena as president. So we need to at least have somebody step up and grab the reins. So Marty McLavinRiven to the rescue. You know, lots to be talked about. What are we going to do with the wars? What are we going to do on the streets, at home? You know, what are we going to do with that kid who thinks they're a zebra? We're going to do it all. We'll take care of it all. That's the McLavinRiven special. You know, I stand on my record. You know, greatest coach, Olympic coach of all time, took LeBron James to a victory. That was a win on its own. You guys know. Anyway, McLavinRiven will be the next president of the United States with your support. So make sure you start sending in those dollars. We're going to be doing fundraising, you know. The other thing is people are like, well, I like Trump. Well, this is the best part about McLavinRiven. I could be either guy if you want. I like Biden. Huh, what? My Aunt Judy told me to poop a triple diaper. That right? And if someone's like, I like Trump, I'm winning big league, I'm going to be the president for 4 more years. So McLavinRiven can do both for you. Anyway, make sure you donate to the McLavinRiven campaign, and I'll see you on the trail. Today we're out on the streets. McLavinRiven is out asking, ma'am, who are you? Okay, trying to see if I can get people to vote for McLavinRiven. I'm here at Walmart. This is where you go to get to the people. I've got a dirty jacket here. No worries. Vote McLavinRiven. We got to get the vote out for McLavinRiven. You know, if you're not asking people for the vote, make sure you vote McLavinRiven 2024 McLavs.
He's yelling at people out the window.
You got to let them know. We do some drive-by canvassing. Sir McLavinRiven 2024. Say no to Trump. Say no to Biden. McLavinRiven 2024. That's how we're going to win. You know, when Marty McLavinRiven goes out and he does the drive-bys, yelling out the window to people, that's when they all take note. They're like, that's the guy. I'm voting for that guy. He drove by and yelled at me. McLavinRiven always gets people at where it counts, right in the heart. You know, people often ask me, McLavinRiven, what's your first line of attack when you become president of the United States? It's an easy one. Executive order on mullets. We're getting rid of the mullet again. Joe Dirt. Nobody remembers Joe Dirt. 2 movies about the mullet, and now all of a sudden everyone's got a mullet. Executive order. That's gone. That's gone. You know, I just can't stand. Honestly, I just can't stand the current president's policies or the diaper. You know. Expenses. There's a diaper expense. If you saw that line item, that's really what got me off the shelf. At first I was thinking about it, and I'm like, you know what, should I run? And then I saw that line item for the diaper usage at the White House. Triple diapers. And that's when I said, that's it. This is a overuse of government spending. This is basically, I would call it fraud. Diaper fraud. Really. But McLavinRiven is, 7th generation McLavinRiven, they're all champions. Forget about the fact that I brought LeBron James to a gold. He can't win his way out of a paper bag, but I got him a gold. Whining the whole way. That's one thing. You want to whine when someone elbows you in the face. Oh, I can't believe I didn't get the foul. I get it. But to whine when you miss the layup, 2 seconds left, and you just decide to beef it, and then be like, oh, my knee. But I did. I brought him to the gold. McLavinRiven. So my thought is this. If I can get a gold medal for LeBron James, the worst when it comes to, pressure time. Got to do it. Got to step up. Got to make it happen. Win for the team. That's what I could do. McLavinRiven could do that for America. It's time we start winning again, kind of like we did a few years back when policies were good. But that's how McLavinRiven will be the next president of the United States. I hope you enjoyed this inside scoop into who's Marty McLavinRiven and how is he getting the word out on the street. You saw it. Look, if you want to join the street team, the McLavinRiven street team, DM me down below. Leave a comment below. We're taking on a street team of young and vibrant individuals. No sleepers. Nobody's pooping triple diapers. You stay home. We don't need it. We need the young, vibrant ones who go out there and spread the message for McLavinRiven. Message of change. So leave a comment below, share, and make sure you don't miss the next special from Marty McLavinRiven, the next president of the United States of America. So God bless. And God bless the United States of McLavinRiven.
Oh, yes! Marty McLavinRiven is back, baby! I'm back, Jerry! I'm back, baby! George, what are we talking about, George? What's going on? Jerry, Kramer? Right, Kramer? That's what he does, really. Just more of a crazy move. Hey, Jerry. Oh, hey, Kramer. Jerry! I'm dying, Jerry! I used to do a lot of people. I don't really do many people anymore. I still can. If you have anybody you want to hear. Yeah, we can do anybody. You know what I used to do? I think it was really funny as a kid. Christian Slater. Yeah. Hey, I was in Gleaming the Cube. Yeah. And I'm trying to be Jack Nicholson. When I was a kid, I used to do... this bit because how Jonathan Taylor Thomas was just trying to be Christian Slater. So it'd be like, hey guys, what's going on? It's Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Yeah, I'm just in this show with Tim Allen, And then it's like he's trying to be Christian Slater. He's like, hey guys, what's up? It's Christian Slater. Yeah, no, I'm in a new TV show, And it's like they're both really trying to be Jack, right? What are we talking about? Did you order the code red? You're gosh darn right I did! Right? It's like they're just trying to reach up to the Jack. Do we have a pick? Thank you, Joanne. She said we have 98 picks. You just have to look on the ground. This is the newest BeatSeat. It's called the Out of This World BeatSeat. It is one of one. All right, we got our backdrop. this love. I'll take my chances, and you will not be alone with me in the moonlight hours, and I pay my debts of time to dream this dream and stay alive where everything's fine, and where the beat rolls on and on and on and on and on. The beat rolls on. The beat rolls on and on and on and on and on. The beat rolls on and on and on and on and on and on. The beat rolls on. Missed it with my foot. That's when you don't wear your shoes. The beat rolls on. The beat rolls on. The beat rolls on. The beat rolls on. The beat rolls
The beat rolls on. The beat rolls
On and on and on and on and on.
The beat rolls
Alone with me in the moonlight, hours when I pay my debts of time. Joe, amen to that, my brother. It's funny, I wrote a song, I wish someone would find it about 3 months, maybe 4 months ago now at this point, called When It All Burns Down. And it's exactly what you're talking about. It's such an amazing song. It's about what's happening in the world. And, you know, we're right at the end of it. You know, it's kind of a scary thought. But I wrote it, and it was powerful, and I never dropped it. I can't find it. I don't know. There's so many songs I can't get to. If anybody ever questioned the power of the BeatSeat, you just saw. That entire song, that instrumental there, was totally driven by the BeatSeat. Me kicking. This is the Everybody freaking needs a BeatSeat, guys. This is one of the most amazing models I've ever created. Just show it to you real quick. Showed you last night, but I'll show it again just because this thing is pretty ridiculous. That's all pearl inlay, so that's not white. That's not just white. Like I put pure pearl inlay in there. So this is basically all tiger wood, which is awesome. And then we have the UFO, what I've titled as the Out of This World BeatSeat because of that face. But then I'll just show you, since these are falling down anyway, I'll show you a few other models while we're looking. This is the all mahogany version with a walnut snare. This one's awesome too. And I did this one as a sunburst. And you can see they're all, everything is, this is a very, very high, with this negre wood. And we got the flamed walnut here. You see there's like a flame pattern to it. And this is all mahogany, but there's actually a little bit of flame in this too, in the mahogany. This one was actually stunning. So we have our BeatSeat here. This is the one that inspired me to do the Out of This World BeatSeat because I did this. Let me see if you can get a good look at it. But I built this one, and this was really cool. All blue with a black snare. But then if you see, I did all this is like what you call like, it's like an inlay, you know, all around the whole thing. It looks like pearl inlay around the whole face. And this is the first time I really started exploring with putting pearl inlay. Even though the Out of This World BeatSeat is stunning, this is my favorite BeatSeat of all time. This is with some Gibson wood. But my favorite part is this snare right here was all laser engraved, and that's pearl inlay. Look at all that. That's flowers. So, my favorite one. Hold on, one more. This one I just built last week. It's actually olive wood. This is the most expensive wood I've ever worked with. This is about $40 per foot. What I did, this one's the heaviest one too. It's about 40 pounds. It's so heavy. But what I did with this one is I rounded the back sides. I don't know if you can see this, but look at the backs. So that's the first time I actually rounded it and sanded it all down. Oh. I like the way that snare sounds. Everyone sounds a little different. Each snare, each BeatSeat sounds a little different, but they're all amazing. So we make them veneer, make them out of plywood. But basically all the models I'm showing you here are all hardwood, all with hardwood maple, walnut. This is olive wood. All of the panels that I hit are you know, plywoods. So this right here, that's a plywood. This on the side, both plywoods, but the whole base that the construction is all hardwood. That's the signature models. But you could buy a base model which is all plywood, and that one is beautiful. They're still amazing, but to get the hardwood, the ones that I'm building, they're really special. But what's even crazier than that is I've now started to mill my own wood, which you guys have maybe seen a few of these videos where I'm literally cutting boards. I've got like a stack of wood outside that I've been cutting wood. It's all drying. It's going to take like a year to dry. So I won't be able to build with the wood I've milled yet for like another year. Moisture levels at a content that I can like start working some of it, but it's all like 12 to 15%. I think it has to get down to about 8 before I could start working with it. So I'm hoping that in the winter it gets, dry and it sucks it out really easily, and it's like in the 7 or 8 range soon. I think they say a year because you have to get through a winter for it to take all this moisture out. But we'll see. I'm going to check it daily. And the first day I could build one from that stack. Woof! I got some walnut. I've got some maple. And this is crazy. I got this stuff called, what's that stuff? It's called burl. And it's a cherry burl. It's a big ball. And I sliced this thing down 1 inch at a time. And I got all these little boards that I think I could build one BeatSeat out of. And it was worth cutting to make that one, hopefully that one BeatSeat out of. And that's going to be enough for a top, a back, a front, and hopefully, I don't really need a bottom. I can use any wood for the bottom. But it's stunning. I think I took a picture. I showed it to you guys once. Absolutely stunning wood. Here it is. Yeah, look at this. I've got like 5 or 6 pieces of this, okay? And this is one of the smaller pieces. So you see how wide it is right here. It gets in the middle to about here on the sides. So I'm hoping I have enough to be able to put a panel. See this right here, you could almost see how you can make a BeatSeat, the top of a BeatSeat, because the BeatSeat is not square. It's actually like a trapezoid, see? And that's what gives me my unlimited tones, is the fact that it's not designed like a square box. It's actually designed with an angle to it. I didn't do that because I was trying to get a box that had 1 million tones. That was a byproduct of what I invented it for. I invented it for people like Joe and I. So when we sit down with our guitar, there's no seats that are designed for people like us. And so you have to just work with what you can find wherever you are. And usually you're at some venue with a dinner chair or with some stool, and you're like sitting up like this, or you're sitting back in some weird chair. So my first my intention was to create a box. Freaking camera. My intention, create a box that I could sit on comfortably. Because there's a thing called a cajon. Anybody who's a musician knows this. There's a thing called a cajon. But this cajon, which I think is terrible because it's just a box, and it sits underneath you. It sits underneath you, and you have to sit like this in order to access the pedal. You have to bend over to get to it. You hurt your back. You literally have to sit like this the whole time to play that drum. It's this. Do you know what that does to your back after like 15 minutes? You gotta play it. You gotta sit back with it like this in order to try to get comfortable on it. So I wanted a drum I could sit comfortably, and while I play my guitar, I could just kick it and just get a bass. My first thought was I just want to get a little bass, That's how I learned. 1 foot at a time. I did this for like a week, just 1 foot. And then I was like, I wonder if I could maybe get the other side to sound like a snare. That would be amazing. And naturally, here's the crazy part. I didn't actually use snare wire until like 2 years later. But at first, just by hitting it at the front, I was hearing a difference in tone. I didn't understand at the time that was the BeatSeat's shape. That was giving me, where I hit it was on the box, was giving me this snappier sound. And it actually sounded like it was a snare. Even though there was no snare wire, you could hear snap. There was a snap there instead of the on that side. So it was like. And once I started realizing that this thing is like a drum kit, but it's not just a drum kit. It's another musician in the room that happens to be your feet. And that's where it blew my mind. And every single day now I write songs because I have this other musician in the room with me, pushing me along with these powerful tones coming from this box. This box here doesn't produce some little flimsy sound that you're like, oh, there's some percussionist. This thing sounds like a drum kit. Like a drum kit. And I'm going to prove it to you because we just put out our newest song. And I love this song. This should have millions of views already. If you guys could do me a favor and share it, that would be amazing. I'm going to play you the version here, and then I'll give you the link in the chat. If you guys can do me a favor, just go there and give it a like, share it, and leave a comment there. That's what they say, like, really matters. I've been getting some advice from some successful YouTubers who've said, you know, the most important thing is you got to get people to watch your content. So they said, make shorter content, like 2-minute things. Some 2-minute stuff plus your long stuff. But the 2-minute stuff, ask your people who do subscribe to the show, please watch it from beginning to end, leave a comment, and like. Those are the 3 things. Because what happens is when you do that, and you watch from beginning to the very, very end, and you perhaps even let it go back and replay for 15 or 20 seconds, that is such a powerful thing for the analytics. And then apparently if you do that and there's enough people that do that, it bumps it up to new people. And right now, there's not enough people that do that with my channel. They come in and I think I was looking at they'll watch for the first 30 or 40 seconds and they miss the best part of every bit. They miss the best part. So yeah, Joe, you need a BeatSeat, my friend. Absolutely need a BeatSeat. And you know what? It's funny. We've got maybe 7 or 8 people on the show that have them. And when they are here, I'm hoping they're jamming on theirs because it's so much fun to play. And Joe, where are you? Are you out actually in Japan, or where are you? Are you local? Are you in somewhere in the United States? We're going to try to see if we can get these things everywhere. I got to get them into every store. This is just a no-brainer. I mean, that cajon is garbage, and that's why we went to Summer NAMM 2019 right before. Oh, Texas. Awesome. Okay, so you're not far away at all, my brother. We went to Summer NAMM in Nashville. 2019, right before the Plandemaroo, and the BeatSeat was selected Editor's Choice. So, like, this thing blew minds at NAMM. They were like, what the freaking heck? Editor's Choice Award. So then the pandemic happens, and we just never got the thing to take off because it was like, we just got lost in the shuffle, first of all. Secondly, when you create a better mousetrap, you better find someone who's got backing or knows enough people to get you the right people, the right place, because all the people selling a cajon are in fear of the BeatSeat. They can't touch it. They can't build one because I have the patent. And so now they don't want me to succeed. And they're like, look, we'll just wait till his patent expires and then we'll just build it ourselves and screw me out of my hard-earned invention and the money I should earn for this thing. And so that's the frustrating thing about this is when you create a better mousetrap, the competition will try to create a silence option for you so people don't know you exist. And they won't, like, we've tried to reach the drum companies. We're like, hey, let's work out a deal where we'll like license to you. And they're like, no, we will. And I think what they're doing, and this is my theory, is they probably don't, when they are doing okay with something and they know there's only one threat and it's a small guy, they're like, let's just keep selling our products as long as we can. Until, if this thing becomes a problem, we'll buy them out. If this thing has become a problem, we'll bring them in. But right now it's like not even a bee in their ear at this point. And so they're like, fine, we'll just leave it out there and we'll keep selling our one panel, one snare piece of crap drum that doesn't sound like a drum kit. And you have to buy all these pedals to make it sound like a drum kit. By the time you buy all those pedals, you spent the same amount as you would have on a BeatSeat, but the BeatSeat is hand-built right here by me out of wood I cut from a freaking log. That's cool as hell. I wish I was on the other side of the screen. And I'm a musician and I'm like, I want to buy a drum. I could go buy one that was made by Wang Puck in freaking China. Or I can get one that was built by the inventor, potentially out of wood that the inventor cut from a freaking log. Right. Leisure's right. You know, Joanne, the wheeze is enough already in my shoulder. Like I could feel it. I could, it's like you could get just I guess I would say the dread. I could feel the dread in your wheeze. every time it just cheese grates out of you against my back. You want to see my back right now? It's red, and it's feeling penetrated by the wheeze. You know, I'm gonna have to get some lotion on it later. You know, Joanne, I would really appreciate it if you looked the other way, you know, while you wheeze, so I could salvage my back. That's the Soros in her. Joe knows. Joe knows what's going on. You know, Joanne, you're not getting a break from Joe, okay? Not tonight. Joanne says, yeah, is Joe not going to give me a break? No, not tonight. Joe's not giving you a break. He doesn't want to give you a break, Joanne, because you're a wheeze bag, you know, and that nostril. Just because of the nostril. Joanne, no, it's because when you breathe out of your nostrils, you make that whistling noise on top of the wheeze. A whistling wheezer, you know, they call you in the ghetto. Like, is the whistling wheezer back? And that tornado came through. They're like, is that the whistling wheezer? No, it's a tornado just taking buildings away. Oh, jeez, I'm sorry. I thought it was the whistling wheezer, Joanne, just waddling by, you know, just on a nice sunny afternoon. Wait, that was a tornado? Are you serious? F5? Jeez, that's amazing. I thought for sure it was Wheezy McGee. Oh, goodness. You see how my stupid mind works, guys? What are we talking about over here, right? Gosh almighty. You know, Joanne, I appreciate you. What? No, I was joking. Just really? No, not at all. Yeah, you destroyed the show. I was on a roll. And then leisure number 7 remind me that I have to take off my bulletproof vest. It's not doing a thing. My back is all shredded up. It's tough when you put on carbon fiber, you know, and you're doing it. And Joanne's just like, and it's just, by part of the show, I got holes in my back now at this point, you know. Joanne, you should be ashamed of yourself. In the state of Nevada, you'd be considered a lethal weapon. Kind of like Melania Trump, when she stares at things, you know. When she gazes, she could kill, you know. That's why Trump married her. Lethal Weapon, you know. What's that? No, Joanne, Lethal Weapon 4 was the best one. Yeah, Lethal Weapon 1 was a great movie. No, it wasn't. It was okay. I mean, it got them to do the second and the third, but when Joe Pesci got involved, Lethal Weapon 4, you know. Murtaugh, you know, Murtaugh and Riggs, they were doing it. Jet Li came along. Yeah. Jet Li jumped off of the building, kicked Joe Pesci in the face. That was a scene. You freaking motherfucker! You know, he's freaking out. What's that? No, Joanne, I don't think he's single. You think Pesci's single? No, Joanne, and if he was, he's not into you. You know? Oh, Joe Pesci, you had one of the greatest scenes in the history of time. You know? Where you're there talking to Rabbit or whatever the frick his name was again. Do I amuse you? He does the amuse you scene. Remember? With Michael Imperiello. You think he's going for Joanne after all that? He shoots Michael Imperiello 4 times in the face. He's going to be into Joanne. You know, Joanne, maybe he would be into using you for shooting, you know, target practice. The last time that happened in Baltimore, you know, murder spree. Joanne's got like an aura of wheeze. It's like bulletproof. Bounces back, actually. It's a weird thing. Double the speed. Back exactly at the individual. It's actually got like a, you know, I would call it like a honing response. She takes the bullet fragments and hones it back. You could try to run, like I'm running around the corner. turns the corner, you got pegged in the ass with a freaking bullet. And not on the cheek. Who knows where it ended, you know? Joanne's got a gift with that, you know? Some people have to go to a gynecologist. Joanne, she could shoot it up your hiney butt. Joanne! We know you're into it, Joanne. It's weird. But everything about Joanne's weird. Guys, tomorrow we're going to do it again. It's the 1,775th day tomorrow. Holy freaking cow, right? And if you haven't seen it, I'm going to give you the link to Worst Coach Ever. I'm going to play that song for you, but we got into comedy instead. That right there. Worst Coach Ever with Marty McLavinRiven. Join me tomorrow morning as we watch the part 2 of Marty McLavinRiven. And I got more up my freaking sleeve, guys. I'm going to see if I can meet with the mayor. See if he wants to support me. Give him a ticket. You know, McLavinRiven, Giuliani ticket. You know. I think he's on board. Trump won. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Are we still talking? It's over. It's been almost 4 years now, you know? And no, he didn't. But it wasn't because he didn't. It's because, you know, can't talk like that here, 2023. If you have an opinion, you are in trouble. They're going to break your knees and they will erase your platform. But that's not suppression. It's not the same as when Hitler was in charge. Just no murder. Just murdering First Amendment rights. You know, free speech. Oh, you can't say those things, though. We're afraid of how the world will respond when they hear the truth. Beep, 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 beep. Right? Oh, goodness. We're in Bissell, the house. Guys, say goodnight if you can. Gave you the link. I did my part in order to make sure you know about McLavinRiven. Oh, goodness. I guess we were logged in. Look at this. It's Donald J. Trump. We're on the Trumper Show tonight, guys. If you didn't know, now you know. Sometimes when you're in the process and McLavinRiven needs, you know, to be on the right platform, you got to get to it. Let's see. We're rolling back into it. Here we are. Joanne, tomorrow. Talk about 9 a.m. tomorrow. It's going to be a lot. You saw it.
For my business because of its massive scope for functionality and freedom.
You know, they always grab someone in English.
My business because of its massive scope for
so they could be like, look, it's special. We're all dead now in the house. So good to see you, my friend. Oh, goodness. Yes, live is much better, Joe. Tomorrow, hope to see you again, pal. And guys, please do me a favor. Make sure all notifications are checked off. If you could just look next to my name and just confirm that. YouTube already told me if you guys don't do that, that also doesn't help the show. Like the higher the people that have subscribed, hit notifications on, the better it is for my channel. And like I said, I think at this point, after this much time and these many great shows in a row of music that's powerful at 432 hertz, which I still think means something. I know Joe told me that doesn't, but to me, I hear a difference. I totally hear a difference. And maybe what we'll do is I'll tune both guitars tomorrow. I'll tune one of my guitars to 440 and then one to 432. And I want you to just hear the D. I don't like the way the D chord sounds at 440. I don't know, there's something off. It seems sharp to me. And it is sharp now that I think about it. 432 would not be. But it sounds sharp, the 440. And I didn't realize the difference in singing, too. It's like when you're at 440 and everything's there, you're singing a little bit higher, a little bit pitchier, even though it doesn't seem like it to us. It is. And at 432, man, it just rings. It's beautiful. 432 doesn't hurt. That's true. It doesn't hurt. I will say this, though. It will be interesting when I play with other musicians one day and they're like, oh, let's play a song. I'm like, you got to tune your shit down, dude. Like, oh, I always do 440. I don't know. Like, my music's 432. I'm going with that vibe. I mean, like, it's amazing the emotion that flows at 432 for me. And maybe it still would at 440, but I don't like the connection to the Nazis and that. I just think it's I also heard Mozart wrote all of his music at 432. And you know what? That's who I'd rather connect with. Someone like Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. You know, that was when I did it the first time around. As Future Mark. If you guys haven't seen Back to the Future, Mark, that is the 8th feature film from this channel. And remember, we do a lot of stupid things here, so hit that notification bell. Until tomorrow, I gotta say goodnight to my brother. Kill it and grill it. Guys, remember, before you eat it, you should kill it and then grill it. You don't want to just eat it without any of the grill marks on it. There's char on the grill marks, which adds to the flavor. You know, Kill It will tell you all about it with his recipe below. He leaves a recipe after every episode. You know that. You know, Kill It. I really liked the algar one that you made. You know, is that what it's called? Tuna algar, I think it was. Fish algar. I forget what it is. It's basically like a baby. It's like some weird, almost alligator. It's a stupid thing. It's got a big long nose. It's an algar. I think I just had a hard time saying alligator. And they're like, it's an algar. Go get yourself an algar. Oh, you got an alligator? No, an algar. You get an algar? What the freak's an algar? Stupid little thing with long nose. It's a fish, though. You know. S-Coop in the house. S-Coop, thank you for keeping everybody in the loop with our notifications, like the BeatSeat, and that this show has a piece of content tomorrow at 9 a.m. Hold on, I can give you the link to that. Joanne, you know, you're not helping at all. You could throw links in. What's that, Joanne? No, Joanne, I'm sorry, I can't hear you over the wheeze. And I try. I'm really trying right now. It's like been very hard for me to hear it out, to feel it out. I'm just doing the setup premiere right now. Marty McLavinRiven, greatest coach of all time, runs for president. Everybody is voting for him because nobody likes their other choices. Like, as I said, you could, if you want to, vote for a chameleon that cackles in the night, Skinwalker style, you know, or you could go with McLavs, who won the gold medal with LeBron James. They put me on their shoulders. You wouldn't do that unless you were like the man, you know, McLavinRiven special, you know. This right here, guys, is the link to tomorrow morning's bit. So 9 a.m. is going to be early, too early for Joe. But Joe, when you wake up, hopefully you'll check that out. Funny comedy on the way. There is a 5-minute countdown. It gives you a little time to join in the morning for that 9 a.m. start. That's in 8 hours and 30 minutes, guys. Jeez. So until tomorrow, you gotta go away. Remember, you gotta go, but that doesn't mean you can't come back tomorrow. Unless you know who you are. There's a couple of you out there that know you're not welcome. I'm just kidding. Oh, goodness. I just want to make sure. Did I see everybody? Wharton. We have liberty and freedom. You guys are awesome. Thank you again. Till tomorrow. What's that? Oh, sorry, guys. Joanne wants to say goodnight, too. All right, go ahead, Joanne. Joanne! Nobody can hear you over the wheeze. You know, you got to go away. Yeah. No, I'm talking to you, Joanne. You got to go away. Unreal.